The Young and the Restless recap for Thursday, May 14th. Jack's daughter, who has been missing for a long time. Diane Jenkins Abbott, played by Susan Walters, will have a dream in which she learns some upsetting information, and Phyllis Summers, played by Michelle Stafford, will use Matt Clark, played by Roger Howarth, to her advantage with Victor Newman, played by Eric Braeden, according to the recap for Thursday, May 14th, on the CBS soap opera Young and the Restless Y&R. Within Diane's apartment, she will leave a message for Jack Abbott, played by Peter Bergman, in the expectation that he will visit the residence and discuss the situation. After Diane has finally reached the point where she is prepared to contemplate going forward, she will then suffer a terrifying nightmare. During that nightmare, Diane will have a dream in which she believes that Jack has already moved on with Patty Williams, Stacy Heidick, and that she is now living with him at the Abbott home. Considering that Patty would be ecstatic about Jack's long-lost daughter being able to survive, Diane will also have the dream that Patty did not miscarry after all, but that she did. In the course of the nightmare, Patty will emphasize the upcoming family reunion and argue that Diane should have the opportunity to meet their daughter before they decide to expel her. In the end, Jack will say his goodbyes to Diane before she is surprised with her awakening. Jack will sit next to Patty at the bar of society and convince her to say that Victor paid her to spend time with him on the yacht, but that she would have done it for free if she had been given the opportunity. In addition, Patty will admit that although she did not give Jack any drugs, it is conceivable that Victor was the one who was responsible for the contaminated whiskey. In spite of this, Patty would much rather assume that their chemistry was the driving force behind their actions than anything else. At some point, Jack will want to put that night in the past, and he will ask Patty for assistance in exacting revenge on Victor. Due to the fact that Jack may have lost his own wife, he will want to make certain that Victor is unable to regain Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, in any way. Patty is going to be curious about what the benefits are for her, but in the end, she is going to presume that they are able to reach some kind of compromise. Jack is going to admit that if Patty is able to assist him, it has the potential to significantly contribute to him seeing her in a different light. In the following episode of Young and the Restless, which will air on Thursday, Phyllis will assist Matt in settling into his new home by reserving a GCAC suite for him under her name. Matt is going to have the thought that he might go walk around town a little bit more, but Phyllis is going to encourage him to stay put because the Newmans are looking for him. In spite of the fact that Matt would offer that perhaps he could make amends, Phyllis will dismiss such potential course of action. In her explanation, Phyllis will assert that the Newmans are not a morally upstanding family and that they are a strong family. Following Phyllis's insistence that Matt remain in his room and take some time to unwind, she will eventually consent to having breakfast with him in the morning. As soon as Phyllis leaves, Matt will reflect on his head injuries and have a flashback of a furious confrontation that occurred when Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, was attacking him. In light of this, Matt will be more perplexed than ever before, wondering who that individual was and why he is unable to recall his name. As Phyllis makes her way downstairs, she will come face to face with Michael Baldwin, played by Christian LeBlanc, and she will confess that she is ready to negotiate a deal with Victor. When Michael learns that Phyllis is in a relationship with Matt, he will recognize that this could very well be successful. While Michael is accompanying Phyllis to the Newman property in order to negotiate with Victor, he will insist on being the one to have the conversation. While everything is going on, Victor will confront Nick about his plan to eradicate Matt off the map and forbid it. Everything is especially important considering that Nick is still struggling with drug troubles. Nick is going to have a breakdown because he is going to feel so helpless and he is going to let everyone down, so Victor is going to give him a hug to soothe him. The appearance of Phyllis and Michael is going to take place when Victor and Nick are discussing the problem with Matt. It is inevitable that Michael will ponder the value that Victor would place on Matt before Phyllis begins to take pleasure in having him on the rink. In exchange for Matt, Phyllis would believe that Victor will be able to convince Christine Blair Romalotti, played by Lorari Bell, to drop the allegations against her. Victor is going to stress that he wants Newman Enterprises back as well, and he is going to pressure Phyllis to take it or leave it. According to spoilers for The Young and the Restless, the turmoil surrounding Matt in Genoa City is not quite ended, so make sure to stay tuned. When it comes to Young and the Restless spoilers and news, CDL is the place you want to be, so make sure to check us out frequently for further Y&R information.